I'm here with Jeremy George at Wireless World down in London. Jeremy is speaking at the conference tomorrow. Jeremy, what are you talking about tomorrow at Wireless World?
We're going to be having a look at the opportunities presented in emerging markets, especially in Africa, which is where I have most of my experience.
What's the future of the mobile industry in Africa in the short, medium and long term?
Well, the mobile industry is growing in leaps and bounds. It's absolutely huge. But looking at it in the short term, I think we have to recognize the opportunities on the ground as they are, and that is that the vast majority of phones are still basic handsets or maybe feature phones. Many phones or most of the phones are not connected to the internet, and so we have to provide services and applications that work on that type of handset to provide things that are useful for people who are out there.
How does that impact the medium term?
Well, in the medium term, there will be a move to using more and more feature phones and more advanced feature phones, and then moving into smartphones. More and more phones will become connected to data. So we kind of need a transition technology, a technology which can work, say, for example, with SMS channel now, and seamlessly move into working with data in the shorter to medium term.
What's your experience of mobile data adoption in Africa?
It's pretty much an urban experience in my view. We don't see that many people in rural areas using data. Also, something which many people in Western Europe and North America are surprised by is that it's a prepay market, and people tend to buy some mobile data, use it for a few days and then run out, and then only buy some more when they can afford to. So it's sketchy, it's haphazard, but yeah, it is growing, and it is growing in importance.
How closely are analysts' predictions of data uptake actually met on the ground in Africa?
I think there's a lot of difficulty getting accurate data in Africa. For example, you can have the numbers of smartphones or feature phones that are out there, but you don't know, or we can't tell, how many of those are actually connected to the internet. And in my experience, the vast majority of phones in Africa are not connected to the internet.
What's the use of smartphones in Africa? What kind of is the level of use? How prevalent are they?
I would say it's not very prevalent at all. Smartphones are extremely expensive, even in Western Europe they're expensive. So if you look at the relative economies, people in Africa, you might be talking 6 months' wages for some people to afford to buy a smartphone. And on top of that, the data is disproportionately expensive in Africa. So, yeah, not very widespread at all.
But how do you react to recent figures which say that by 2015, 23% of the phones in Africa will be smartphones?
I find that very hard to believe. They may be a mixture of smartphones and feature phones, but I would doubt that they'll all be connected to the internet, and certainly not permanently connected to the internet.
So tell us a little bit about the feature phone prevalence in Africa.
Feature phones are pretty big, and they're growing. There's the Idios phone by Huawei, which was released a couple of years ago. Several 100,000 of those have been sold. That's an Android-based feature phone, and that's been adopted quite well. Having said that, a vast number of those phones are not connected to the internet permanently, which is the typical model in Africa.
So how long will it be? How long will basic entry-level mobile phones, how long will it be that they dominate the market? When will they get superseded by smartphones and feature phones, in your opinion?
It's going to take a while, but actually it's in the hands of the mobile network operators who control the pricing. So until data comes down to an affordable level for someone to be permanently connected, it's not going to happen.
So how would you characterize the mobile internet in Africa at the moment, that mobile internet use? How would you characterize that at the moment?
I think it's aspirational. I think a lot of people want to be on the internet. They want to experience things like social networking, Facebook, Twitter. They want to chat using the instant messaging networks. They want to send and receive emails. They want to look up data, get onto Wikipedia, do that kind of thing. and many of them will do it for a few days a month. But it's not the way it is in Europe and North America, mainly for economic reasons.
And those economic reasons, I mean, what's going to change that aspiration into a reality?
Well, it's a bit of a virtuous circle. The mobile technology definitely improves an economy and can help build an economy. So what we need is for mobile network operators to lower costs, to make the mobile technology more available, people to start using it, to build the economy, and within the medium to long term, say 10 to 15 years, we might see mobile being more prevalent in Africa.
And what about the role of investors? How might they contribute, and what's the opportunity for them in the mobile internet industry in Africa?
It's a massive opportunity in Africa because it's pretty much a greenfield market. So people coming with the right attitude, prepared to learn from locals, to understand what's relevant, what's useful in Africa, have got a huge amount to offer and can also benefit greatly from it.